Super Saiyajin God Dakara ranks 15th on the official list of the 15 strongest transformations in original Dragon Ball. So there are 14 more canonical transformations stronger than this one. Exactly. Remember, I'm only referring to the Saiyajins. Long ago on planet Vegeta, one Saiyajin opposed the brutal ways of their evil ancestors. And thanks to this strong emotion of fighting for justice, he achieved the first Super Saiyajin, giving rise to the feared legend Pobrisa. He fought against the others on planet Vegeta, but soon his transformation ended and he was killed. Sometime later, his spirit wandered through the universe in search of a Saiyajin with a righteous heart who could perform the Super Saiyajin God ritual. This way, he could become the savior of the race. It was Yamoshi's spirit that disturbed Beerus in his sleep. After all, 39 years for Beerus was just the beginning of a nap. The Super Saiyajin God arrives with a major prank. In Battle of Gods, it's explained that Yamoshi, a Saiyajin from about 1,000 years ago, first achieved the Super Saiyajin God form. But Akira Toriyama said in an interview that this ancestral Saiyajin only had Super Saiyajin 1. Toei Animation couldn't interpret the author's ideas. Still, this ancestral Saiyajin was key to Goku's Super Saiyajin God's appearance. The God form is definitely one of the most beautiful, with a minimalist design and great power. It uses little energy, its passive revitalizes the body, and it has a high cost-benefit ratio. It's what separates the Saiyajin's base, Goku and Vegeta, and this base is the bottom of our list. Please like and hype up the video, it takes a lot of work. Guys, this one is really good, I promise, but please help me out. Share the video with your friend who likes Dragon Ball. Watch until the end. Let's move on to the next one, this list is amazing. In 14th place, we have Super Saiyajin Rage. This is a completely nonsensical and funny transformation. Mirai Trunks achieved this after confronting Black. The form seems to be a mix of Super Saiyajin 2 and Super Saiyajin Blue, theoretically being weaker than Blue itself, but achieving similar results. Still, it's worth remembering that Trunks' Super Saiyajin 2 was as strong as present-day Goku's Super Saiyajin 3. Trunks had great potential. He was older and stronger than in Dragon Ball Z, but this form can't compete with the later forms when they're well controlled. So, without pushing it. 14th place goes to Super Saiyajin Rage. In 13th place, this form is going to shock a lot of people. Because it's not Broly's form, it's actually Kefla's. Yes, there's a big difference. While Kefla's green form comes from her hidden potential, it's absurd. She's Universe 6's legendary Super Saiyajin. Broly's form is similar but far stronger. Later in the video, I'll explain the difference. Although she never fought before, Kefla in this form managed to temporarily overpower Goku. Even in Super Saiyajin Blue, however, that Super Saiyajin Blue wasn't as good as today's. In the manga, this Kefla form is much weaker. Considering these factors and averaging the anime and manga, I think it's fair to include Kefla's legendary Super Saiyajin. In 13th place, 12th place. This form will be new to anyone not caught up with the Dragon Ball Super manga. Before 12th place. This form will be new to anyone not advanced in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Although it hasn't appeared in the anime yet, when it does, it will undoubtedly be one of the most beautiful, as it unites two harmonious ideas among the many transformations made in Super, which are God and Instinct. In the manga, Goku found he can use Ultra Instinct with any divine transformation. The stronger the transformation, the more precise Ultra Instinct becomes with it. With the God form, Ultra Instinct is much clearer. Since the God form is already advantageous, this combination becomes highly sustainable. And it's currently the strongest weapon, where Goku operates relatively comfortably. He used it against Granola. As we saw, the God form remains one of the initial forms. Although Ultra Instinct God is sustainable, it still isn't strong enough to rank higher. In 11th place, we have the most rejected transformation in Dragon Ball Super due to its lack of originality. Super Saiyajin Blue remains a solid form, and is recognized by the gods of destruction themselves as a power that reaches the shelf of the gods. Over time, the form keeps getting improved, and with the current power of Blue, it's able to face and easily surpass any warrior from the 12 universes, except for Jiren, Toppo, Granola, and possibly Hit Among the Living. Some universes also have unknown warriors, but it's almost absurd to think that just the 11th strongest form of the Saiyajins is basically enough to annihilate almost any opponent across the multiverse. With each arc, this form becomes stronger, more refined, and efficient. Even so, it's no longer able to take on the main current antagonists and ends up in a spot below the top 10 in 10th place. This form was disruptive and controversial when it emerged. Created when a true god's divine ki manifests in a Saiyajin, the Super Saiyajin, Rose is an improvement over Blue, as it uses divine Kai from a deity. Unlike Goku and Vegeta, who use divine Kai but are limited to Blue as mortals, Black's efficient body, now possessed by Zamasu, had already grown strong enough for this form. And who knows how far Zamasu could have gone with Goku's body if he had trained. But it's impressive how Toei Animation can't take a saga outline from Toriyama's drafts and not mess it up. In the anime, Zamasu can literally ask Super Shenlong for anything, without any limitation, and he asks for Goku's body. He could have requested the Zero Humans plan, since Super Shenlong has no limits. Is this an obsession, or is he just an idiot? Anyway, Goku Black limits himself to this form when he's not fused, and this form is just the beginning of the top 10. 10th place. In 9th place, the original owners of the bodies persisted with their training and improved Super Saiyajin Blue to a form that goes far beyond in terms of control, even more than divine. Strength, energy conservation, and power channeling. Super Saiyajin Blue full power conserves energy by eliminating the Blue's aura, which just wastes energy. It conserves aura inside the body to fight efficiently in optimal conditions using the standard Blue form. A level of control could have existed in the Rose form, but we've never seen, and may never see, a Super Saiyajin Rose full power. This form appears only in the manga and shouldn't be confused with another form we'll discuss later. 8th place. A form that was supposed to be theoretically 10 times the base form turned into something simply surreal and way above almost anything that came before. Many believe that Ikari, basically the Uzaru in base form, would multiply the power by 10 times. But that doesn't make sense. Recall that Paragus told Frieza after Vegeta as a Super Saiyajin defeated Broly that was already his son's limit. So it was already clear there that base Broly was weaker than Vegeta. Super Saiyajin. But after the Ikari form, he surpassed Goku and Vegeta's Super Saiyajin Blue with ease. There's no way the increase is just 10 times. In my view, the Ikari form, exclusive to Broly, increases power exponentially and can scale rather than being limited to a set multiplier. It's enough to take a warrior who was losing to a Super Saiyajin to one who surpasses Blue. I believe this form only works with Broly because he's a mutant Saiyajin, and we don't know how far he can go in improving this form through training. Because, let's remember we're talking about its first appearance, not a highly refined form like Super Saiyajin Blue full power. I think other Saiyajins could achieve it too, but in 8th place, I rank Ikari Broly. If another Ikari appears, it likely won't match Broly's. You'll understand everything better in the next one, since we've reached 7th place. Like the Ikari form, this form is exclusive to Broly and widely debated. Ultimately, Broly's power and transformation, as shown from the movie to the manga, are depicted on the cover of the latest Dragon Ball Super volume, where Broly appears with green hair resembling his mastered Super Saiyajin form. When Broly transformed and fought against Beast Gohan, even though he took a beating, Gohan said that his Super Saiyajin didn't look like any other and was much stronger. This would basically be his green form but controlled. The manga lacked color as proof, and the colors were introduced in Toyotaro's illustration. This is the updated Berserker form, featuring a new look, improved coherence, and a more logical development path. Broly trained with his father, but still has a long way to go to become a skilled martial artist. And this transformation, which Gohan said looks unique. Super Saiyajin, and that now has become Broly's new form, still doesn't have an official name, just that Berserker nickname that fans use. In the manga, it's different now. That's why I called this form Super Saiyajin Broly, but didn't list it above. Because actually, the results of these forms, Ikari Broly and Super Saiyajin Broly, which are insanely strong forms, are also due a lot to Broly's own power, not just the forms themselves. They are very strong, but we must separate things because otherwise they'd be the strongest forms in all of Dragon Ball, which they're not. By the start of the Granola Saga, the narrator and character positions indicate Broly has already been surpassed since the end of the Moro Saga, and by the transformations that follow, but Broly will undoubtedly advance much further, and who knows where he might still go. And these forms can still evolve a lot, becoming even stronger than they seem to be. And as if two weren't enough, Super Saiyajin Blue appears again. This time with its strongest form, Super Saiyajin Blue Evolution. This form is unique to Vegeta and was his sole response to feeling powerless against Ultra Instinct. Vegeta first showed it against Toppo in the Tournament of Power, a form of blue that went beyond all the forms seen before and appeared in the tournament as a manifestation perhaps more natural than what a standard high-level Saiyajin could do under the circumstances of the tournament. But for me, that participation doesn't even come close to being his peak, but rather just a foreshadowing of his form, if we can call it that. Vegeta battled Granola, the main antagonist of the latest saga, using Blue Evolution and outperformed Goku, Ultra Instinct Omen. And in the manga, we can consider Ultra Instinct, Omen, and Blue Evolution as being on the same level, based on comparisons in different parts. Even though these aren't Goku and Vegeta's final forms, the manga is even more competitive. But the best was yet to come. I said it was the last time Super Saiyajin Blue would appear. Oops, I was wrong. But that's a good surprise. This version can preserve the design and how people react to Super Saiyajin Blue. When this form is animated, everyone will definitely stop to watch Dragon Ball. Ultra Instinct Blue is the most efficient version among those that aren't natively adapted to Ultra Instinct. With it, Goku becomes more precise and stronger than with Ultra Instinct God. However, it's much harder to combine a good Super Saiyajin Blue with a good Ultra Instinct. Since Goku evolves by trying new and unexpected things, we got to see an intermediate, unlocked form that we may not see again soon. And we've finally reached the top of the list, because in fourth place we have the first of two transformations that add more power and precision to the Ultra Instinct technique. Starting with the Omen, which nowadays is much stronger than when he fought Jiren. Previously focused mainly on defense with little offense, Shin Goku can now attack freely and express emotions using a new Omen variation called Ultra Instinct, at the cost of a certain loss of the Ultra Instinct's final precision, but making him comfortable enough to not only use the Angel's style, but potentially go far beyond his previous forms. Being able to even gain the upper hand against Gas, who had defeated Granola, who had defeated Vegeta in Ultra Ego. And the reason it's not higher is that I'm evaluating the transformation as a transformation, not the character who uses it. Remember, we've already seen Ultra Instinct Sign many times and it's been in development for a while. So we can't claim it's stronger than the next one, which was a debut in its only appearance, despite having this superior result. After all, Goku also didn't finish any fight and could have been defeated just like the user of the next transformation. And we've reached third place. I put this form ahead of the previous one because, in its first appearance, its level was colossally higher than the first appearance of the Omen. Of Ultra Instinct, for example, I believe we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg of what the true power of Ultra Ego really is. The transformation that Beerus taught Vegeta. In the fight against Granola, Vegeta let himself be carried away by his destructive instincts and took more damage than he could handle. With ongoing training and battle upgrades, Ultra Ego's powerful passive ability, which grows stronger by taking damage, can reach incredible levels. The form briefly made Vegeta the universe's strongest. We should remember that it was only when Granola unleashed the power of his second eye that he was able to defeat Vegeta. So, in terms of strength and potential, I put Ultra Ego in third place, remembering that it might even be higher. But we didn't have enough evidence. Like we had for second place. It may sound crazy, but a form that's not even divine ranks so high because its potential is unreal. The first time it appeared, it already surpassed Cellmax, who was considerably stronger than a Super Saiyajin Blue. Remember, Vegeta was already strong in his base form and could fight Granola in Blue Evolution before using Ultra Ego to boost his power. Gohan's level, on the other hand, was similar to the Gammas, who should have less power than a Super Saiyajin God. And he rose to a level beyond Blue, and possibly far beyond. In the first appearance, in other words, the form took Gohan much further than expected, making it completely broken. That's why many people complained about the movie, saying Gohan was artificially powerful. In raw power, among all the Saiyajins nowadays, the strongest is Gohan, with his beast power. This power is now unpredictable, since Gohan appears as strong as Goku, the strongest Saiyajin. After this video, check out the list of the strongest Saiyajins. It already has 1 million views and you'll love it. And as you imagined, We've reached first place, the form that broke the internet. Many people have likely seen my video about the day Goku broke the internet, which has over 600,000 views in a few months. Since it appeared, this form has always been Son Goku's top goal. A lesser form such as the Omen has outperformed Vegeta, Ultra Ego in the Granola Saga, and Ultra Instinct wasn't used as well. When Goku masters it, complete Ultra Instinct is incredible, even manifesting the key avatar. It's unclear if Yuba's helping, but Goku is incredible in this form. Still, the real highlight is the form itself. First, it's much harder to master than all the others, and that's why Goku can't always get much stronger than everyone else. Even though it's the most powerful transformation, it also comes with the most powerful technique. Because, for those who don't know, Ultra Instinct is both a technique and a transformation at the same time. It's not only much harder to master than the others, but it also reaches the level of characters like Daishin Kan. The power scaling is so high that complete Ultra Instinct has to be the strongest Saiyajin transformation, right? Ultra Instinct ceiling is much higher than Ultra Ego's, since you're comparing angels to gods of destruction. Now, Gohan's power is simply because Gohan is really overpowered, and overpowered is how I'm gonna stay. If you don't leave a like on this video, share it with your friend who likes Dragon Ball, because making a video like this takes a lot of work, and that way you encourage me. Comment on what content you'd like in future videos. I'll work hard to deliver the best script, narration, and editing for you. That's it. See you there. Remember to open your MB account. Don't miss this chance or you'll regret it. This is your chance to build your future. Scan the code. Thanks for your support. I'll stop here. See you.